Hey everybody, welcome back. And in this video, we are going to talk about navigation throughout your site. So there are a few different ways that you will have people navigate around the different pages and offerings and contacts and things like that you have on your website. The first is going to be something like a site canvas, like your header. Remember, these stripes mean they're a site canvas. They show up on multiple pages. And this is something that if someone were to click on home or about or services, it would take them to the services page and things like that. The footer is set up very similarly. So you have all these different options for people to click on throughout here. You have some social icons that people could go and follow you on social media or something like that. And then the other option to navigate around your site would be within different canvases. So for example, if we have this about canvas right here, at the bottom, we have learn more about us and an arrow. And so if somebody were to click on this, it would take them to the about page. So I'm going to show you how you can update some of this so that you can have people navigating around your website when you put in your own details. So let's say you have this one right here going with our about example. You are going to click on learn more about us, and within this template and our Bel Air template, this is a clickable element, which means that if somebody hovers over it on your website on this exact text right here, it is clickable and they will be able to go to a different page. And you can see that by over on the right, as I'm clicked into this element, it says click actions, and you can see over here that it says page. And which page? It's the about page. So we have that set up already. The same thing is true for this arrow right next to it. If I click on that exact element, you can see that under the click actions, it's saying page, and we want it to point to the about page. So let's say I want this to be different. Maybe this isn't an about section that I want them to go to about. Maybe it's an about section. I want them to read some testimonials or reviews about working with us. So I would click this, and maybe I could change the text to say, read what our customers are saying. And then instead of going to the about page, I have this section, let's see, right here up above, that is a testimonial. So maybe I want it to click them, and it would scroll them up to this so they could read that. Just as an example, I would click on the element, and then instead of page over on the right, I'm going to click canvas, and then it's going to ask me which canvas I want it to scroll to, and instead I'm going to find the name of the canvas. You can do that by looking in your home page, and you can find all of these canvas names over to the left. The testimonial one is this one right here. It also says it in blue, so I'm going to click canvas testimonial. Okay, and then what you're going to do is make sure that everything that is clickable is pointing to that same section. So instead of page, it'll be canvas, and then it'll be testimonial. So then what I do once that is done updating is if I'm scrolling through my website like this, and I go down to what I just changed, I can test it out by clicking on learn more about us, and it will scroll up to that exact section. Or if you had changed it to a page, if you click it, it would take you to that page. So you can test it before you publish it and make sure that everything is done correctly. So let's say you have an element on your website like a social media icon that is going to point to your Instagram account instead of a page on your website, and you want to update that. A good example of this would be in the footer of our Bel Air template. We have all of these social icons. So I'm going to click into my site canvas in the footer, and then I am able to edit all of these little elements. So if I'm going to click on Instagram, for example, you'll notice that over on the right now in our click actions, instead of a page, we have selected URL, and that's because you're going to open up in a different tab. You're going to go find your Instagram URL, and then it would be up at the top. You would copy it. Obviously this is not the right link, but you would find your Instagram account, and then you would come back over here and paste it into this link URL section right here. And that means that anytime somebody points and clicks to this Instagram icon, it's going to go ahead and open up your actual Instagram account that is outside of your website. So you could go ahead and do that for any of your social media icons, or maybe you are referring somebody to a different website. If you have a blog or something like that, that's how you would update it to be a URL in a different website. Something quickly to note at the bottom of each of our Showit website templates is that we have here website template by Salt Social Co. And this element is specifically, when you click on it, you can see that it's locked. And that's because it's pointing to our website. And when you purchase a template with us through Salt Social Co., we have already designed it for you, and you shouldn't need to edit the design too much. And we ask that you just leave this on here because it points back to our website, and it helps other people to know, hey, if they see your website and they think it looks really cool and they like what you've done with it, they might be able to go and find something to purchase for their own business. So we just ask that you keep this in there. Of course, we can't control you, and you can delete it if you want to, but it's just a nice thing to do to kind of give some credit back to us for designing your website and giving you all of these tutorial videos. So that's how you're going to be able to update all of the navigation throughout your entire website. Of course, you'll want to go through each page and make sure that everything looks good to go. You'll want to preview and test everything, test it out on the mobile, on the desktop, and then publish all of your changes so that people can easily navigate around your site and check out all of your amazing offers and courses and things like that. Just to take you quickly through the other options that are available if you were to do something besides the URL. Over here, when you click on Click Actions, we already went through Page and Canvas. Top of page would be, let's say you have a little arrow icon that's pointing up. If you wanted it to scroll to the very top of that specific page, when someone clicks it, that's what you would click there. And then social, email, all these different things. This is for, let's say, a social icon. Let's say I wanted this page to be shareable. This would be a great option for if you have different blog post entries. Let's say I want somebody to be able to share this blog post. Let's say they found it helpful and they want to put it on their LinkedIn. I could click social, and then it'll ask you share page to what different account, and you would click LinkedIn, and that's how someone would be able to share the content that's on your website. Email, this is going to be, let's say you have on your contact information, you have your email here. If you click that, that means that somebody is going to be able to email you. Same with different text and phone. So you would have to put in your phone number. And so if somebody were to click on the phone number in your footer, for example, if you had some of that right here, it would call your phone. So that's how that is set up through Showit. And if you want somebody to be able to call you right away from your website, that's what you would do here. And then WordPress post, if you have a blog, this is what is going to point to your WordPress post, and that is going to be set up through your blog. And that wouldn't be something that's on this page specifically. That would be something that is going to be set up through your blog.